Hi, it's Anne. Okay, so today I'm going to record a videos answering some questions about changes. So we were asked to watch the YouTube video called Climate Change Book by The Secret Nature, and now I'm gonna answering the 4 questions that related somehow to the video. Okay, the first question is list 3 changes that nature do to adapt to climate change. Okay, so the first changes is the habitat change. As I saw in the video, as well as I do some more research online, plants seem to grow in a place that they never grow before, due to the climate change. There are ice melt, right? So there will be more water, more heat, and more sunlight. The 3 factors are the main factors that helped plant to grow. So that's why they grow they grow in a place that they never grown before. So that is the habitat change. The second change is the migration or invasion. For the migration, in the video here we have an example of stock. They used to move to Africa in the winter time for warmth, but now they seems not moved anymore. They seem not to migrate anymore. They stay still in Spain because they are now durable for the winter weather in Spain.
High in trees, which the white stork used to do as well until it sought the proximity of humans.
Wait. I'm going to fasten it.
Young storks are more and more frequently reported to be heading for their African winter quarters late or not at all. This behavior hasn't been closely examined yet, but it's already clear that instead of migrating to Africa, many storks are spending the mild winter in Spain.
See, that is the example of the changes. Okay, so the third change is their breeding season. Okay. Okay, birds are now reported to breed fluctuately. They are dramatically change their breeding because of the insects. They seems to emerge earlier in spring times, so therefore birds have to lay eggs earlier in order for the baby birds, when they hatch, they will have enough food source for them to survive. Okay. So that is the 3 changes. Okay, I'm going to repeat again. The 3 changes are the habitat change, the migration change, and breeding season change. Okay, the second question is, which natural changes are you most fascinated about? In the video, I really like the ticks. I do not like ticks, but like I like how they describe the ticks. Yeah. Okay, so here's the video. Again, I'm still speed it up. This looks so disgusting.
One of them is the brown dog tick, originally from Africa. It reached as far as Austria by means of pets. Since it requires warmth to procreate, it is frequently found in animal shelters where it prefers to attack dogs. Another of these advancing tick species is Dermacenta reticulatus.
This looks so disgusting.
It may have come into Austria through Eastern European countries. Favoured by a mild climate, it continues to spread through marshlands, wetlands.
See, they favored by mild climate, so therefore, when the climate getting hotter, there will be a lot more of these ugly, creepy creatures.
And mixed woodlands. That ticks are posing a potential danger to humans is a well-established fact.
And they also danger to humans. That's so creepy.
Any wanderers through natural surroundings always run the risk of contact with these tiny eight-legged creatures and the serious diseases they may carry. There have been vaccinations against the so-called tick-borne encephalitis, also called TBE, a much dreaded form of meningitis. Yet in 2007, more than 40 cases were logged in Austria.
They are increasing. They look
Ticks
so
are blood-sucking parasites, which is how they transmit the pathogenic agents.
See how disgusting it is. Ew.
But ticks don't limit themselves to human hosts alone. Domestic has sucked enough blood. However, the invasive Dermacenta reticulatus now carries a disease with malaria.
Okay. Ticks are disgusting creature. They transmit disease and they flavored a warm climate. So there are going to be more of this ugly ass creature. Okay. So gross. Third question, do I agree with the statement the only permanent things in this world is change? Well, yes, I do agree. Because because totally nothing is stable. Like, we human change, we growing day by day, our blood cells are different day by day, our thought is changing day by day. Okay? The changes can be quick and it can be slow. Just like we used to be apes our ancestor, and now we're evolving into human. That change, that is a slow change. Now, and the quick change is my thought. Like, maybe something is important to me today, might not take the place tomorrow. And every day we learn a new thing, so therefore our thought developed a lot and we change our mind a lot. So changing is good most of the time. Without change, I think life would be so boring. It's so boring. There would be no challenges, no chaotic, no nothing. It's just boring. So yeah, maybe we should all accept the change. Even if it's good or bad, accept it, deal with it with the most positive mind as you possibly can. Because the only way something can exist is changing. Okay, so the fourth and the last question is if there's something we could learn from those species featured in the video that will help us deal with change, what would it be? Well, as I watched the video, the main thing that I found of all those creatures is adapting. Okay, so for example, the stock, see, they adapt the weather because they see is have a high possibility that is warmer, they can survive it, so they stay. So that means that they adapt to the weather. And there are adaptation is everything, is give you survive. There is also another example in here, as I remember, is the raccoon. They when they were first found in somewhere in Asia, I believed, and they moved to Austria, and they have to eat the river shrimp. That is the only food source that they have, so they adapted. Yeah, so adaptation is everything. It's help you to survive at all costs. Okay. Oh wait. Okay, so I guess is the end of my of my answering. I can still not used to this thing. Okay, that is all for my answering. There are some part that I'm kind of cannot find the right words. There's having a lot of trouble when I do in this type of answering question face to face with a camera. I cannot seem to analyze my answer fluently, and yes, I don't know. So, but anyways, that is all of my answering. So bye, see you.